Hey, it's Sizzling Popcorn, and in this video, we're going to review London City Airport and the London landmarks by ORBX. Let's get started right now. So this is the London City Airport in default. And we'll take a look here at the end of the runway. It's pretty much bare. There's nothing. It's just big maps, pretty much, and a couple of buildings. And even the buildings are pretty generic here. Now look at that fire truck that we passed by. Yeah, he's just parked there. He's not in front of a fire station, nothing. You got some small prop planes. Just standard, almost like hotel looking building for the airport. Take a look at on the other side, it was pretty much nothing. Here you've got the O2 arena. On the side, you don't see any of those barriers to stop flooding in the Thames River. So here you've got the default O2, which looks nice. It looks highly detailed for default. Now we're coming into like the financial district. But how do you know it's the financial district? All you see is buildings. So these are all default. Now here's the London Bridge default and the Tower of London. Those four things: the O2, London Bridge, the London Tower, also Big Ben and Parliament, all stays in with ORBX. They've made an update, but here you can see there's a lot of bridges that are missing. And you'll see in ORBX, they're not missing. And the reason why they made an update was there was a review that came from Reaction Review. And to me personally, when I watched his review, I found it was too harsh. And not that he was being like looking down. It was like he was really reinforcing that this was garbage and that ORBX was out there to get us and rob us and all that kind of stuff. That's Buckingham Palace. Doesn't look like anything. Just standard buildings. And if it's not Buckingham Palace, then it's something else with royalty. I'm not a Londoner. I'm not a Brit. I'm Canadian, so I've been there like once for 3 days. So here's a football stadium. Again, default. I was trying to see which team it belonged to, but couldn't really figure it out. This, I'm pretty sure, would be Wembley Stadium. And if we take a look further, if we zoom in, Wembley Stadium, it's just a hotel with a hole in the middle and a football field. But yeah, back to the reaction review. What he did was he was ripping the whole DLC apart both the airports and the landmarks, but it was more so the landmarks that he said ORBX was out there to gouge us. Well, the thing is it's like $12 Canadian for the landmarks. That's like 2 venti ice caramel macchiatos at Starbucks. And really, if they would have kept things the way it was, I would have still been happy because it gave something to look at in the Skyline. The thing is with his review is that he takes the drone and he goes right in to the to all the assets and then looks at the quality of the asset. The thing is this is Flight Simulator. It's not a car simulator. It's not a walking simulator. It's from the sky. You're gonna take a look at this. And so after watching his, I had already went in. I tried doing a tour here, but it was bogging down and there was some internet connection issues. So I tried it a second time, still happened. So after watching his review, I went in. I was like, I need to take a look at this. So then I took a look. I'm like, okay, I understand. I understand the quality to some of the assets wasn't completely there. I didn't really see what was there previously. But then now for this review, I've restarted the Flight Simulator, so I've gone back to default. So here, this is default. And there's really not much of a Skyline. But what ORBX has done is, from all the negative publicity from that review and then other reviews, they've gone in, they've made an update. So I really hope that Reaction Review, he pulls that review back and he re-reviews it, because he was going on about how, oh yeah, well, you know, if ORBX is going to shut down my account, well, I'll open up another account. Well, dude, if you paid for it yourself, why would ORBX shut down your account? You've got the freedom to say whatever you want. And so I just hope that, you know, he pulls that back and he does a new review. And I think now that he's seen that, you know, ORBX has made an update, he said he's going to do another review on it. But the thing is, again, it's all about, when it comes to landmarks, it's from the sky. Yes, we want to see stuff down close and stuff, but it's about the sky. It's Flight Simulator. So now we're just finishing off the default here. We're going to be taking a look at the ORBX, and you're going to be wowed. So they've kept like 5 or 6 different assets, and from the default. So what they did is they've added more in. So they've added Wembley Stadium, which you'll see at the end of this video. It is fantastic. And look at this. This is the airport. This looks like a live airport. You got like all these construction stuff. I don't know what this is, like an atomic plane or something. But this is nice. And I think this was like 20 Canadian. I would pay 20 Canadian for this. This is excellent. And don't worry, if you do find little tiny things, there is always updates that can come out. But the thing is, it's to go out and say that, oh yeah, a company's gouging you just because the quality might have been a little subpar, not like atrociously subpar, a little subpar. Well, you know, you bring it to the company, and the company most of the time will will work it out. Because the thing is the company wants you to be satisfied. Because if you're not satisfied, if the customer's not satisfied, they have no business. But I like the details here. You've seen the British Airways. You've seen a Dash 400. Dash 400 is not in the sim, but those are just stationary planes anyways. But this, I like this. I like the building. And now we're gonna go up into the air and you're gonna see the skyline here. Already, just from here, the skyline's slightly different. And here you've got the, like I mentioned earlier, the default doesn't have those barriers in the Thames River, while ORBX does. And what other things you'll see is you'll see the London Eye, you'll see Chase. I think it's Chase. There's Barclays, City Financial. So then you actually know that it's the financial district, and they look like the buildings in real life. So like I mentioned, O2, rather than their O2 that was a little subpar, they kept the default in it. And then, so they've added more assets. And going forward, you never know, they could be adding more assets to the London landmarks. I know some people have been in the forums and they've been asking for more stadiums. Well, because London, like how many football teams are in London? How many, football stadiums there are? It's crazy. It's like, it's almost as bad as how many Tim Hortons there are per, here in Canada. It's like every couple of blocks you got a Tim Hortons. But yeah, the skyline is beautiful. Beautiful here. Now I'll veer right. We'll see the financial district. But what I've done here is I'm showing some of the major parts of the landmarks. But if you do want to see more, there is a London tour which has the whole video, none of the crappy default, all just the ORBX add-on. And I don't mean crappy, because it's still, for base game, is a lot better than when you get a base game in X-Plane or FSX or a lot of other games. So as you can see here, London Bridge is the same London Bridge. Some of the other things that they've added was more bridges. So some of these bridges are now up above the water. There's still some issues going on with the waterways, but that's something that Microsoft has to fix. And as you saw right there on the left, it was that I think is HMC, not HMC, but HMS Belfast. They've also, in addition to Wembley stadiums, they've added London stadiums, Dartford Crossing Bridge. They've dimmed the night texture to better match the default lighting. And like I said, they reinstated the default point of interest for Tower of London, Tower Bridge, the Shard, Big Ben, House of Parliament, and O2. And then they've also made some updates on the London City Airport. But the way I look at this is, to me, it's like a package deal. Like, if you're gonna get the London City Airport, you might as well get the landmarks. But I guess the other way around, if you want the landmarks, because you're gonna fly into Heathrow or like you're gonna fly over the city, yeah, get the landmarks. You might not, like if you're never gonna use the airport, yeah, okay, that's understandable, but definitely the landmarks brings the city to life. And I couldn't really find all of the landmarks that they've done because I really don't know all of the landmarks. There's over 40, no, not 40, there's over 400 different buildings for landmarks in here. But that, there you go, you saw Wembley Stadium. Now we're gonna go into the night. Just the beauty of it. And no, I didn't try to go through that to see if I can get through. I'm not that skilled of a pilot, not yet. But like I said, this, I would forget about reaction review of this, because if you really want to go with that, you might as well stick with the default and you'd be getting what you saw in the first like 5 minutes of this review. This is nice, and I would definitely recommend a buy, almost a package deal. Because that's what I did. I was like, I want London City and I want the landmarks. But that wraps up the video. If you like this, you want to see more content about Microsoft Flight Simulator, more reviews, make sure to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. That way you'll know when the next video comes out or when I go into a live stream. And if you want to join the Sizzling Nation, we've got a Discord, and you can join with the invite link down in the description. And last thing to note is you can become a Patreon and get some VIP perks. The link is down in the description. And thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you in the next video.